Hello and welcome to Creative Momentum with Meg Dunley. I hope you're having a beautiful and creative week. The sun has just come out today in Melbourne and it's like all of Melbourne is rejoicing at having some warmth. We've had a kind of bitterly cold start of the week. I'm just home from getting my hair cut, finally, after 3 months. I last got it cut when I was in France. Which brings me to this interview where I chatted with Genevieve when we were both doing our writing residencies at Chateau. Genevieve is originally from Houston, Texas, but she's kind of lived all over the place, even in Spain. So she's lived in Portland, Virginia, and Spain, and she spent a year there teaching English, which is pretty amazing. She was at the Chateau working on her novel and she was going home thinking about how she can balance her creative work with her paid work. During our conversation, she shares some insights about how to push through those early frustrations of early work, of creative work, and the importance of, writing when you are truly passionate about or what you're truly passionate about rather than writing for other people. And she talks also about where she finds her inspiration from books, music, art, and other conversations with creatives, which is what this is all about. I really hope you enjoy this episode. I love chatting with Genevieve and getting to know her while we were there at the Chateau. Here's the interview. Excellent. Okay. Hi, Genevieve.
Hello.
Do you want to start just by introducing yourself and where you're from?
Yeah, my name is Genevieve. I'm originally from Houston, Texas, but I've kind of been all over the place recently. I went to college in Portland, Oregon, then lived in Virginia for a year. Then this last year I was living in Spain, and now I'm here. And I'm about to move back to Portland, so kind of all over.
Nomadic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm a writer, and that's kind of what I'm here for.
Do you do other? You have other creative outlets as well as writing?
Nothing as consistent as writing, but I would like to get into more like visual arts, and I've always wanted to try like pottery, and I don't know, I think I'm drawn to art in kind of all its forms, but writing is the only one that has called to me consistently, I guess, and that I've done consistently.
Can I ask what you were doing in Spain?
Yeah, I was working as an English teaching assistant at a small like primary school in a tiny town on the north coast of Spain. So I was there from this last October through the end of May.
Excellent. Can you tell me a little bit about your creative process?
Yeah. So I think for me, the ideas that I get for kind of stories and books come from a variety of different places, but it's usually from other creative things like music or movies or other books or a piece of art that I see that really kind of strikes me, and sometimes it'll be just one thing that I see and immediately I'm like, oh, and the story starts kind of building itself in my head, and sometimes it's something I have to stew on for a while until the pieces kind of slowly come to me. And so I'll usually write an idea down when I first get it.
Like in a notebook or?
In my like notes app on my phone. If it feels like a really solid short story idea, then I'll start kind of a document in my Google Docs and write as much as I know about it at that point. And then, I think it's a lot of waiting, a lot of thinking about it for me, a lot of letting it kind of build in the back of my mind until it feels like something that I can kind of fully grasp with words. And then I'll usually write it.
Excellent. Who or what or where do you get your creative inspiration from?
A lot of it is from books that I read. I think a lot of the things that show up in my stories and in my book are kind of my favorite elements of my favorite books. I get a lot of inspiration from music. My favorite band is Lord Huron, and I love the storytelling that they do in their music and their songs. And so I listen to them a lot. I also, even from like social media, I follow a lot of different artists on social media. And so my kind of Twitter feed is always like art and poetry. And that combination, I get a lot of inspiration from that. Yeah.
I love that. Because, I mean, songs really are poetry, aren't they?
Yeah.
You look at the lyrics.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you have a routine for your creative work?
Not as much as I would like to, I think. I think that being here at this residency has made me want to build a more consistent routine. Because for a lot of my life, I think I've been a very right when inspiration strikes kind of person, which means sometimes I'll go like weeks without writing anything, and then I'll write a chapter of a book in a couple days or something. And while I was drafting my novel last year, I was trying to write and like chip away at it relatively consistently. But since I've finished that, I'm now trying to find a new balance, I think. And I'm about to start a new full-time job, and so that will be also learning how to balance with that time commitment and how to fit writing into my schedule. So it's something that I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you were to have a conversation with someone who is just in the early stages of their creative journey, that is wanting to stick their toe in and not sure how to do it, what would be your pearl or pearls of wisdom that you'd want to share with them?
I think to keep going is a big one, because the things that, at least in writing, the things, and I mean in art in general, the things you make at the beginning don't usually match your vision of what you want the thing to be, because you don't have the kind of experience or skills for it yet. And that can be really frustrating and discouraging at the beginning. But it's all about just like continuing to do it and to practice and to build your skills. And also I would say to write and to make the things that you really love, and that you are really excited and passionate about. Don't write to anyone else except yourself.
Yeah, that's such great advice. Is there anything else that you'd want to say about creativity, writing?
I think also it's a lot about being really open to the world and finding inspiration kind of everywhere. I mean, I love like going to museums, talking with people, talking with other like creative people, reading as much as I can. Like, I think inspiration and drive is kind of all around you, and try to take in as much as you can.
How great was that? Genevieve's message about persistence, that the things that we create at the beginning often don't match our vision because we don't have that experience yet, but it's about continuing that practice and building our skills. Her advice to write and create what you're truly excited about and passionate about, and not for anyone else, is such a great reminder for all of us. Focus on what we want to be doing, and then we actually truly create beautiful things. a beautiful insight also about being, her openness to the world and finding inspiration everywhere. Museums, conversations, books, art. It's a great reminder for all of us that we can find creativity anywhere, and how important it is for us to stay curious and taking in as much as we can. I've just come in from the garden and I was watching the bees buzzing around, the sage flowers, watching the roses begin to unfurl. And, creativity is right there in nature, asking us to watch and observe. So I hope this week you can find some time to just be curious as you step into your days of the week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you want to find more about Genevieve and her work, you'll find the details in the show notes. And if you like this episode, as always, please do like, share, subscribe, push the buttons below. This helps creatives find more ways into their own creativity, and it also helps support other creatives. It's part of my whole mission is, to elevate, empower, and educate. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep building your own creative momentum. See you later.